Tagad būs tā. Moj kanāl. Ja kas, это мой канал. Ja kas, это мой канал. Wir nicht changes und quality. So, how about quality? Better. Dum parabam. No. Varbūt jāatstāja tas iepriekšējais tad. Ir tas DVD qualities. 1, 2. Tāpat jāskan kaut kas cauri. Pats fakts, ka cilvēks var atnākt uz kapienu un darīt tādas lietas un zakt, tas jau parāda, ka cilvēkam nav pilnīgi normāls. Plašāk par vīrieti, kurš nodara pieminekli, un sīvieti, kurai traucē apstādījumi, stāstīsim šovakar 22.30. Atstāšu, jā. Tā. Nē, tas labāk. Es nezinu. Es nesaprotu, kā cilvēks var pēkšņi uzzināt, ka viņš ir tēvs un pieņem to vienā apsmeklī. Tā ir mīlestība, kādēļ es sevi jūtu tikai tukšumu. Upsi, tā. Es neko vairs nejūtu. Mīlestība, cerība un viss pārējais izplēnēja un pārpalikuši tikai sāpes. Sulu es negribu meklēt atbildes uz saviem jautājumiem, māmī. Sulu viņš visvēlos aizbēgt no tiem. Cik nedomā, ka es varu par tevi. Reiz to arī man pieņemsies. Sulu aumēs un vēsti tev blakus. Es ar tevi neaizvišos. Un lūdzu, tēti neaizvišos par mani. Es tevi ļoti mīlu. Okay, let's go. Okay. Labi, esam tad strādā, tad nestrādā pogas.
Blackmail in Whitechapel. Brum, brum, brum.
Sai kā paskaidro? Nobeidz tādi. Ne?
Cīnāmies pret jaunumu holu. Kaut ko varētu uzlabot.
Uz kurien tu iesi sevi? Tikai nesaka, ka tu iesi pie čeļas. Sevi? Ko tu iedomājies? Lai viņa dara, ko grib? Sevi pagaidi apstājies, taču sevi. Anģa, darbots. Darbots, ko tu dari?
Disappearances in Whitechapel. Kā mēs viņu atvedām? Atkal viņu pazudis. Kā tas var būt? Tā, kas man te ir?
It's locked.
Uh-oh.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
What prevails in the end, I wonder? The desire for blood, or to be of service to man?
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter, his cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady, the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires or your current situation, I will be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a fool
Nevar nodzīt bērnu.
create a progeny without taking precautions.
Nevar.
And I'm no
Nevar
fool.
kaut.
A vampire? Is that what I am?
Nevar.
We are.
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
Nezinu, cik nākotnē.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon.
Es jau saku, ka es
We
nezinu, cik
are
mēs.
but a branch of the immortal tree.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
Jā, tieši tā.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then.
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, scowls
Nu, izgāja
are the
Chip and
progeny
Dale.
of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
What type of vampire is a Scar?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
Ko tad tu nespēlē?
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stone?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders.
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now.
Prasa, cik viņai gadi.
I shall remain.
Kā jau redzi.
Very well. But I believe
Un viņš saka, ka 27, tu tici, ka vampīram būtu
A
27
lady
gadi.
has to have some secrets.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Ko? Nevar palīdzēt ar kādam bonam.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain. More than likely,
Viņam
it was
nekas
the
nekaiš.
once glorious guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society,
Būs
and like all the
viss.
best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seems they have been recruiting.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
12 stundas.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
Jā, tiešām.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed.
Londonā ir daudz vampīru, kā domā tā.
But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night.
Kāpēc gan ne?
Rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Yes, Jonathan?
May I ask you something?
Please do.
I bid you farewell.
Nē, nevar.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea.
Common handle pad. To let go Swansea about Rosen to seals blood.
lēnām padauziņi. Kas ir? Nepatīk, ka lamāja tavu draudzenī.
Uzmanējāt, ko nav nekāda sakara. Atbildot jautājumu, vai tu apmetieši tiktu pie Selima? Selima bija tevi kalūsu.
Jā. Es apmetos pie Selima.
Es nezinu, ka tika nosūtīts pirmais ēpasts, mēģini iedzināties spēlē vispār. Ja kas.
Jā. Es apmetos pie Selima. Tu taisies vēl lasīt lekcībām tiku vienu.
Ja tie iedzinātos, tad droši vien, ka tev arī aizrauta.
Kaču, gribas tev vēlas. Varbūt kāja viņa neatrada. Noteikti atrada. Viņš neko saka.
Lapsī. Mauks pie doktora. Ko praukšā tomēr.
Nē, man nav viegli vajag, kas vajag uztīts sniegs.
Jā, viens, kur tad viņš ir?
Šeit.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
Well, this is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stone, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
And why not? What did Stoker say about the children of the night? Well, using my blood, I could create a whole army of vampires.
Surely you're joking.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Naucamus Stonebridge.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Tas laikam nebūs tas pareizākais virziens, kur man jāiet. Laikam jāiet ir uz māsas bērēm. Kāpēc tev var ienākt, ja te nekā nav? Saņemt. Tu neko neatstāji vēl. Tam džekiem arī palika tāds, ja ne? Okay.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Kas te notiek? Oh no. oh. Uh-oh. No.
What do you want?
Somebody help. Chill.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Shaoshun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I
Shaoshun.
must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Chill.
Carnage is Father Whitaker's disciple. This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker. Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail. As I feared, Samuel no longer preaches the good word.
All sorts of Marsons. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bye, bye. Tas bija mācītājs. Ļoti skati.
Can't believe I'm doing this. This is despicable.
Hmm? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nu, tagad taču bija vēl viens. Ka viņš palika. Esmu pēdas atvēršanā. Kas tas tāds? Vampyrs are real. Nevar būt. Ko man tas dod?
Šodien vakarā publiskotais ekspertu ziņojums atklāja tiesnešu vārdus, kuri maksātnespējas procesos pieņēmuši lēmumus, kas ir klajā pretrunā ar tiesu normām un otrādi. Un tie ir Rīgas rajona tiesas tiesneses Raimonda Būs, kādēļējās Siguldas tiesas Rīgas rajona tiesas tiesnese Valdija Kremežniece un Latgales priekšpilsētas tiesas tiesnese Jolanta Zaškina.
Līdz jaunā mācība gada sākumam atlikus vienu nedēļu, to sagaidot valsts spēku tiesību aizsardzību inspekcijas uzticības plānos rīkot īpašu akciju atpakaļ.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony. My mother would die if she were to see me in this state. I must wait.
Jā, noskatās no maliņas, jā.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Mamma izskatās no plastilīna veidot.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young echo. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
How can I? I've destroyed my family. My poor mother. I can't even console her.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You've felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
off to church he goes. A newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin. Forget your old, weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel. This man stunned me with his crucifix. This is not good news.
He's dead! Over there! There's one of them vermin! Grenade!
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. for I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
It was an accident. A terrible, terrible accident.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
This is not a place. Easy.
So fucking fast!
Take a breath of this!
It's a leech! Kill it!
I remember you. Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Tell me what you are.
I am the whitened bones and blackened soil. The land made blood coursing through thy veins.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
Hello again, Mr.
Yes.
Do you need medical attention?
Don't get me wrong.
I will see you later. Goodbye, Mr. Thatch. Hello again.
I'm a
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Afraid so.
Throughout history, some diseases have done more damage to armies than any weapon created by man. You were wise.
You're working.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Good evening. Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Good evening.
Do you require
I will be...
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Goodbye, nurse.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well.
Jonathan, please, I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this. Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks. Good evening, Nurse Hawk.
Good evening.
Do you need
I'm afraid...
Not under my watch, nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Doc.
Goodbye, nurse. It's locked, all right. Good evening.
Your name?
I beg...
What do you beg?
You keep...
Well...
Do you require...
My condition...
I will come and check on... I'll leave you. Good evening. Soldier, do you need...
Not really.
As long as you don't... Goodbye for now, Mr.
Disgust on every street card.
It's locked, all right.
I managed to arrange to have you buried.
It's locked.
As your wife. I hope that might help.
It's locked. Good evening, sir.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrest.
Does my...
Let us just...
Thank you. Good evening, Doctor.
I am throw-stricken.
Goodbye, Doctor. Good evening, sir. I see.
I'm up.
Goodbye for now.
My sweet girl. So many deaths.
Still not coming. How can we be sure we're making a difference?
Good evening.
No,
really?
I don't want...
I suppose...
Yes.
Could you at least...
Mort.
I have to...
Good evening, sir.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to...
Good evening, ma'am.
I'm bit...
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
I'm sorry you ended up like a court medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
It's locked, all right.
I'm quite busy.
Do you need my...
Don't be...
Then you are lucky. Thank you for your time. Good evening. Is there any... Goodbye for now, Mr. Good evening. Do you need any... You are not a burden. I have to go.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require... Goodbye, Mrs. Good evening.
And good evening.
Do you need my...
Would have...
I will see you... Can you tell...
Sure.
My fault?
Oh, nothing. I'm a great admirer of...
What made you...
I'm not ashamed.
It is...
You're not the first...
What? Well, it is... You see... And questions...
True.
Do you... Oh, I see. What can you tell me?
Well...
You... And question... Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
I
agree.
Do you think... Goodbye, Doctor.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them here! Take your breath for this! Die, vermin! Watch it! It's a killer! It's an inch! Get it! Dear God! Shit, that leech is fast! Easy does it, boys. We can deal with this vermin. Don't like that, do ya? See them? Bloody leech! Oh Christ! Oh Christ!
Good evening, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, some fancy gentleman.
So you won't tell me.
The name is...
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to...
The sad saint. Why on earth...
He was one of my patients at the
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Dick.